What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Xman Co. Today we're going to make some drywors, aka drywors. Basically guys, you know you're going to love it, stay tuned. Today I want to show you guys how to make drywors and the recipe that we've been using, and our family, our friends, everybody loves it. So our drywors consist of only beef and beef fat, nothing else, no pork. You're welcome to play with that, but we've always only used beef and beef fat. You don't want your pork to become rancid. Once that happens, it's not going to be good for you or your health. Just a note for you guys, I'm going to leave the ingredients and the recipe for one batch in the screen somewhere here, and I'll also leave it for the other guys in the description. We're doing 3 batches here today, about 10 kilos of meat. Normally our recipe only goes for 2.5 kilos. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Let me introduce you guys to all our ingredients here today. Over here we have some brown vinegar, got some cold water. Cold water normally works best. We'll get to that in a bit. We've got some Worcestershire sauce, hope I pronounced that correctly, and then dhania, which is also known as coriander, some nutmeg, some salt and some pepper. Black pepper is perfect, not ground, just a fine pepper. That's what we're using here today. First of all, what you need to do with one of your ingredients, take your coriander and you want to make it fine. Basically we've used a blender. You don't have to use a blender, but it works mighty great for us. Then you want to roast it, medium to high heat. We're using a skillet because it gets nice and warm. And then just rotate it every now and again. We've been doing this for about 5 minutes and it worked perfect. Look at that. You can see as we throw it into the bowl, it's just looking perfect. Now to move on to the next step. We got all our ingredients here. One thing to remember, normally you want to make sure that your meat is cold, especially putting it through the grinder. As soon as it gets hot or warm, then this meat's really going to battle to go through your disc. So what we do, we keep all our components, the steel components, aluminium, the front bits where the meat's going through, we keep that in a cold container with some ice. That really helps. And we've had this in the fridge obviously beforehand. We're not doing minced patties, we're only going to grind our beef once today, and that really gives that great texture and really amazing flavor with all of these ingredients. So let's do that guys. First thing to do, let's cut all of these beef cubes in smaller cubes. You want to go for about 2 by 2, anything there 2 by 3. As long as it can go through the funnel of your grinder, you're a-okay. Let's do that. So we use about 70-30 ratio between beef and fat. I wouldn't recommend that you go higher, let's say 60-40. Might just be a little bit too much fat, but you can play with it and see what you guys like. It's always a mission cutting this meat, as we like to do it outdoors and the flies are just crazy. So that's one thing to maybe keep in mind. I don't know, maybe comment below what you guys do with the flies. Do you have citronella oil or you have some candles that you use? Another thing guys, if you like drywors and biltong, I've got a very nice biltong video where I do a tutorial and I go through exactly how to make the biltong and also show you what happens at day 3, day 4 and day 5. It's really, really interesting. So if you guys want to, I'll leave it in the screen somewhere. Hop over, go check it out. We've rested our meat for about an hour in the fridge. You don't have to do that. Normally 20 minutes will be fine. Remember, we're keeping all our fittings cold in ice water, so that actually eliminates that problem. The next step is to grind all the meat. We're going to use a coarse grinding disc and we're only going to grind it once. Let's do that. It's time to grind this baby son. Now that we've done our meat, we've ground it to nice coarse ground beef, it's time to sort out our spices. But before we get there, just something I need to mention. As you guys can see, once you throw your spices over, you don't want to compact this ground beef like dough. You just want to run your fingers like that, like this. That's all you want to do. If you do compact it, what will happen is you'll have compacted meat and it's really not going to be great. Some salt, some black pepper, nutmeg, Worcestershire sauce, some brown vinegar and some cold water. You want to mix it together, and guys, this is not necessary, but you know what, we leave it once it's mixed nicely together for about 10 minutes at least. You could do 20, just so all the flavors gets in there. Time to get our hands dirty. Start mixing our ground beef with our spices. Remember, fingers. You can lift it, just bring it to the top if you need to go on the bottom. And then fingers again. You want to make sure that your meat's completely covered and evenly. So spend some time at this stage. This is a very important step. After this, we're going to let it rest for about at least an hour, just to make sure that all those spices really pull into them. Our ground beef has rested for about an hour, and now it's time to fill our sausage filler. Let's do that. You can use your grinder if it's got the right attachment. Otherwise, this sausage filler works perfect. A little bit of hand labor, but it's all good. Guys, and this is just a thing that takes practice and not that hard to master. We're all still learning. So you want to make sure that your tube is nice and wet. That will really help with loading your casing. What you need to remember is that this casing's got salt around it. You need to clean it nicely in water before you put it onto this funnel. Another thing is, if you've got a whole bunch of them and you want to store some of them later, just make sure that you take out what you want, leave the salt on the rest. Once you've washed the salt off, they will not last long. We can leave them in the fridge for up to 6 months, so there's no issue. You just want to take what you need. Very important note as well, when you work with drywors, you want to make sure your meat is fresh, not frozen. If you do boerewors, it can be frozen. But if you have a little bit of frozen bits that stayed behind and you hang it like that, it can crystallize. It'll be a huge problem. It has to be fresh meat. That brings me to another video that we're doing. Check it out in the description or somewhere in the screen. It's going to be worth your while. It's not the same as drywors, although a lot of people believe so. It's really not. So go and check that out. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. It's time to hang our drywors. If you guys want to know how to build this DIY biltong box, go and check in the link description and somewhere in the screen. A little bit later, go check it out so you can have a look and see how to do that as well. This cures so quickly, you're going to see, and therefore we like to put the excess in the freezer and take out as we want, and 2-3 days later we're ready for the next batch. So obviously when you guys remove it from the freezer, it needs to thaw naturally. You can't put it under water or microwave or defrost it in any way. It needs to come to room temperature on its own, and then you can just hang it and do exactly what we've done here. I'll see you guys in a bit. Let me get this out there ready so we can taste it a little bit later. Right guys, this is day 3 for us with our biltong dryer. Let's go check what day 3 looks like. Just open up here. As you guys can see, this biltong or drywors pieces over here, basically what I put in this morning. We keep on rotating, so we always have drywors. Let's take from here maybe. There you go. Yeah, that's day 3 for us. Let me show you guys. That's what it looks like. Almost bend it all the way around before we get that. So it is cracking. This is basically the way we like it. Day 3 biltong, day 3 drywors, same thing. I'm going to also cut it for you guys so you can have a nice clear picture of what it looks like. You can hear the skin cracking there. I don't know if you guys can see there. That's what it looks like. And then obviously we need to taste it. That's nice. That's why we like day 3. This is fairly wet for the guys out there if you want to try it, but you know what, you do it on a Wednesday, you know Saturday you're going to have drywors. Cheers. And then it's day 4. So guys, as you can see, it's a little bit cooler today. Let's go check these drywors out. The ones I put in yesterday, you can see here, they're really getting along. Right, let's take the next one on the list. There you go. As you guys can see there, see how easily it breaks. You can see that's dry as well. There you go. I'm going to do another piece. Look at that. Right, let's cut it as well. And let's see what it looks like in there. You guys can see that's substantially drier than yesterday. So this is day 4, guys. Obviously we need to test it as well. That's good. I still love it. I can go day 3, day 4, both are great. If you like it a bit more on the drier side, today's the right day, day 4. Then there's day 5. that moment where we're going to taste the driest bit of this drywors. For us, day 5 is really the end, and you could leave it day 6, 7, 8, 9. It really doesn't matter. It's all down to your preference. Just breaks like that. You can see we raided the dry box this week already, but we left a little bit right to the end so we can try this out. Right guys, I don't know if you can see there. See how quickly it breaks? I'm going to do that again. Not even a 90 degree. Let's break some more. Look there, it's not even a 90 degree and it breaks already. I hope you guys can see properly what it looks like there. It's pretty dry. Let's try it out. That's nice. That's good. As I said before, the right amount of fat. Love the flavor. You guys should try it out. Guys, you know the story. If you like what you're doing, like, share, subscribe. Enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do this without you. Guys, we've got a membership going. Please go check it out. If you want to support us as a channel, you're more than welcome. The membership is one way of doing it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. To your health.